It's been a while though, but it works. You're here. We're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, everyone, my name is Kamilah Sanders, president of Tennessee Craft Mid-State Chapter, and I'm here with Lyndy Rutledge. Did I pronounce that right?
Good job.
Yes. Okay. Creator of Firefly Artisan Fair, which is this weekend, October 23rd, from 5 to 9 at the Clay Lady campus.
Yes.
Yes. So super excited about that. And when I talked to you first on the phone and you were telling me like why you did Firefly, and I was like, we have to do like an IG live or something.
Yeah.
So super excited about that. But first, I would love to kind of go back and like understand like what is your personal medium and you as an artist and how you kind of got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a potter, um,
Mhm.
and I make jewelry as well out of clay.
Oh,
And
cool.
I've been doing that for about 6 years now.
Uh-huh.
I also work at the Clay Ladies campus as their creative director, and I teach classes here. So I'm involved in an amazing artist community with lots of creative people all of the time. Um, and it's a real gift, honestly, to be a part of it. And
Gosh, yeah.
just being in the city, there's so many people and amazing things that are happening. So I'm really honored to be a part of it. Um, but yeah, so I was going to shows myself on the side, just trying to sell my work. I was going to different craft fairs throughout the area, and I personally found them to be intimidating. They were competitive, it was expensive to be a part of,
Yeah.
and a lot of the people at these shows, I felt like were from out of state. And they did this professionally. That's all they did was they traveled around and they had these displays.
Yeah.
Here's my little display. I don't know that fit here or that I belong. So I really struggled with that. And I came back to my boss, Danielle McDaniel, the clay lady, and was just talking with her about it and how I wish that there was an event that we could have that was approachable, that, was for everybody, people that were just starting out, people that make beautiful work but don't even really know how to sell it, or that might be in
Yeah.
fairs. And so I brought her my idea of Firefly, and she was like, let's do it. And she provided the space for us to have this amazing event. And it's exactly what I dreamed it would be. It
Yeah.
has a real community feel.
Tell
It's,
me about the
yeah,
Clay Lady campus, right?
yeah, sorry.
I just can you tell me like in your words what is the Clay Lady campus? Because I follow on social media. I've obviously been there. It's beautiful, and every time that I come there, it's like buzzing. It's big. It's like a community. Like, can you explain what that is or what
Yes.
it is?
It's often hard to explain because we are so big and we do so much. But
Yeah.
basically, I would say we're a creative community. So we have an artist co-op. So artists rent studio space from us, and there's just outside this door where I am right now. There's people in their studios making things. So we have majority potters, but we have painters, we have glass artists,
Oh,
enamelists,
cool.
sculpturists, all different types of artists that are here. And then we have a gallery where we sell their work. It's called the CLC Gallery. Then we also have classes. So people can take pottery classes, stained glass classes, and sculpture classes. And then we also have Mid-South Ceramic Supply is on our campus as well. And we provide pottery supplies for artists. So anything from clay, glaze, wheels and kilns, everything you need to make ceramics. So we are people are always surprised when they come on the campus because it's such a big property. We have 3 buildings, lots of space and a courtyard. Um,
Yeah.
Always something going on here. We have lots of events. We have, like I said, artists here all the time that are making things. So it's a really fun space to walk into. You never know what you're going to find and what people are going to be making. And that's why
Yeah.
I have a studio here too. And when I'm making something, I can take it to my neighbor and say, what do you think? What should I do? Or help me figure this,
Yeah.
work together and support each other. So that's why I love it so much.
That's super cool. Like that, I mean, it's so big. It's like and I just like everything that you do there is great. So my other question, because I did notice that you were in Periscope,
Yeah.
right, for Arts and Business Council this
Yeah.
past cohort. And for those of you that don't know, Arts and Business Council Periscope is their accelerator program specifically for artists. and your pitch was Firefly,
Yeah,
right? So tell us about your experience with Periscope.
it was amazing. Honestly, I was a little bit nervous about it because of COVID, because we
Yeah.
did it virtually, but it actually wasn't bad at all, as far as doing it every week virtually. So there's, like, I think it's a 9-week program that you go through, and you are mentored. You have instructors, people that teach on different topics, from how to market your work, about how to do finances, how to come up with your mission statement and purpose. Um, and it just, we digged really deep into the why I do Firefly. So I specifically
Mm.
on Firefly, because I just want to make this event the best that it can be. And and so just really spent a lot of time focusing on it, which was just helpful to have that undivided time to think about it and prepare for it. Then you get a mentor that you're assigned, and you get to
Yeah.
meet them and pick their brain. Um, it was an amazing experience. I learned so much, and I'm so grateful for it. It was
And
wonderful.
you were on stage, right? Did
Yes.
you I saw the pictures?
There's like six, I think there were 26 of us in our class, and then
Uh-huh.
8 of us got to give a pitch in front of an audience, which was really fun too. So I was honored to
Wow.
be.
Some people might be like,
Yeah,
no, I don't think that's fun,
right.
but I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you, what was your biggest lesson that you learned from the Periscope experience?
Oh, that's hard. I learned so much. I think probably just kind of nailing down the words, or having the language to talk about um,
Yeah.
what Firefly is, and because it's, words can get muddled around, and I feel like
Hmm.
really came out with a clear vision of what I want and what I want it to be, and how I can talk to people about it. So we did lots of practicing that, and talking about our vision, and talking with other people about it that could give me feedback that don't know anything about.
Right.
So yeah, I would probably say that's the most significant. But again, there was so much, so much.
Yeah. Which is great. I think that's helpful for any artist, right? Because it's hard to communicate what you do because you probably feel like you do a lot and you're trying to explain it to so to
Right.
have it in one concise way, especially when you're wanting to get other people to join in with you to be able to explain it in a concise way is important.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the why behind Firefly. So how many years has it been?
This will be our 4th year.
Wow. Okay. So 4 years.
Yeah.
You did talk a little bit about why you started it. I know that Tennessee Craft, we have that huge, you were
Right.
talking about us, right? We we have that huge craft fair in Centennial Park twice a year. And it is juried, right? So you do have to, submit to get into it, and but I do notice as being part of the mid-state chapter, there's other opportunities for people that are just starting to get to exhibit their artwork, and that's so meaningful to people. So I love what you're doing. Tell us more about that why you did it.
I just found, personally, as well as some of the artists that I know here and that I've met at some of the craft fairs, that they were intimidated, or they felt that it was a little daunting to figure it
Yeah.
out. As you know, there's lots of details that you have to plan for and prepare for. And I think sometimes it stifles people from participating. And I just feel like there's so many talented artists and people that make so many beautiful things that, deserve a place or a platform to showcase their work. So I really wanted to create a safe space to do that. So
Hmm.
I really try and, we ask for people when they apply to show a booth display, but, set it up in your garage and show us what it's going to be. And we mentor people through the process of, suggestions, things, good tips for a good show. I had an artist this year who didn't really know how to take photos of their work.
Yes.
So they
Yeah.
talked about it, connected them with a photographer, and was really trying to help them, rather than just saying, nope, sorry, your photos aren't good enough. No, let's talk about it. Let's mentor artists through the process so that they can participate. So that's ultimately my goal.
That's great. So it's almost like a starting point in a sense. Like it's, you know.
Yeah,
And tell me about, because it's in the evening. It's 5 to 9, which is different too. And it's really like I've seen the pictures. It looks really cool, you know?
really magical. Um, that was one thing that was really important to me because I felt like a lot of the craft fairs were during the day and I would get really hot. But there's something special about when the sun goes down. We have a bunch of lights that are hanging. People, the artists have tents and they have lights in their tents. So something about the twinkle lights that's just magical. I don't know if you see, when you drive through Nashville and you see those lights on the porch,
Yeah,
so cozy and warm. And I feel like just that alone makes Firefly really unique and special. So um, it starts at 5 and goes till 9, but the sun doesn't really go down until like 6:30 or 7
right,
my
right.
time. Some people come early. I'm like, no, stay. You got to wait till the twinkle lights come out, until the sun goes down, because it is just magical. Then we have a fire pit with s'mores.
Ooh,
We have food trucks, and this year we're going to have a beer trailer. So it's just a perfect mood to be able to just hang out a while. I think the weather's going to be wonderful this weekend. We
yeah,
originally had it in May because that's when the fireflies were out, and then that was a little bit too hot, and the sun didn't go down early enough. So October, which to me is a lovely time to be outside, especially now during COVID. I think people want to get outside, especially it feels
yeah.
be outside than indoors and with a lot of people. So I think the environment feels pretty safe as well.
Yeah, that's true. So tell us what else. You mentioned there's going to be a beer trailer and there's going to be a fire pit. Like, what else should people expect when they go there?
Yeah, so we're going to have live music as well. So in our courtyard where you can sit and eat food from ML Rose, they have burgers and a beer trailer. And then the grilled
Yeah.
cheese will be here so you can enjoy the food trucks. We also have interactive art project. So this year we're working with a local artist. Her name is Valentina Harper, and she paints. And so she has 4 canvases that she's drawn on that people that come can paint on these canvases. And so throughout the night, this art piece is going to transform and really come alive by the end. So
That's
that's We also have a kids art tent. So we have a Girl Scout troop that has created an activity for kids to do so that kids can get creative at the event. Then we also have, which is one of my favorite parts, live demonstrations. So we're going to have
mm,
raku artist Susan Lawless is going to be firing pottery in a raku style, which is really fun. She puts her work in the kiln and opens it up, and it's glowing. It's on fire. It's really fun if you haven't ever seen it. Then we also are going to have a potter. Alexi Smith is going to be making pots on the pottery wheel. Then we have wood.
wow.
Um, the Tennessee Association of Wood Turners is going to be turning wood on a lathe. Um, then we're going to have
Wow.
illustrators going to be making stuff and can do an illustration for a guest, as well as we're going to have a painter. Hope Cassidy is going to be painting for us. And the illustrator's name is Robert Hughes. We're excited to have him too. So there's lots of interactive things that you can do while
Wow.
like not just buy beautiful handmade art, but actually participate in the arts.
That's great. That's great. It's a nice community event.
Yes, and we're excited to have you guys as well as some other organizations in Nashville because we really want to encourage creativity, not just by buying it and participating, but actually we want to encourage Nashvillians to go out and be creative themselves. So there's going to be organizations there to talk about what they're doing in ways that we can be creative.
So Tennessee Craft Midstate, we'll have a table there. So stop by our table and find out about us. So we're excited to be a part of it, and it's great everything that you're doing for this festival. Can you? Is there any place that they should follow you, or how do you find out information about if someone wants to be an artist next year or participate this year, or what can they do?
Yeah, so unfortunately we're full for this
Yeah,
week
of
already.
course.
But next year, we would love for people to apply. We usually have applications out 5 months before the event, and they can go to fireflyartisanfair.com. and we will have applications there, and we'll have information next year about when applications will be live. But right now we're on Instagram at Firefly Artisan Fair, to just see some of the behind the scenes things this week as well as the day of. And the event is on the Clay Ladies campus. Like I said, it's 1416 Lebanon Pike. And with time, there'll be people out on the road directing traffic, because we kind of have a special parking situation. People can park at our business next door, but it'll be very obvious. And
Free
people,
parking, right?
yeah, free parking. The best part.
Right. Well, it was great talking to you today, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting you in person on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. And I look forward. Hopefully, all you guys come. Please tell all your friends and spend
Yeah.
lots of money from our amazing.
Support your local artist.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.